If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. And let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the live. And if you don't have anything to say, just hit replay game. Just to let me know you stopped by and you're enjoying the replay. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the cash app at $ 2 cents boxing or hitting the heart with the $ and just leaving a special thanks below. Let me know you enjoy content. Hi, welcome to the channel. Jay, and this is our 2 cents. We talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Let me get a sound check. Let me know if you can hear me. Everybody put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing, is Deontay Wilder back? Carolina Dubois comes out with a victory over Terry Harper, and Tszyu calls out Earl the Truth Spence Jr. and says he's going fishing. I mean, he made the hand signal and everything. He threw the line out there. He made the hand signal and everything. Earl came back and responded. So we're gonna talk about that tonight. Be sure to make sure you punch that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you help support the channel as I'm going through the live by hitting the cash app at $ 2 cents boxing or letting me know and dropping it below your 2 cents in the super chat. If you're listening to the replay, make sure you punch that like button and make sure you hit that $ with a heart just to leave a special thanks below, letting me know that you enjoy the show. How was everybody's weekend? I know we're supposed to do earlier, so the Sunday review shows supposed to be doing them earlier. However, due to the holiday weekend, my schedule changed a little bit, but better late than never. Better late than never, because I contemplated maybe I should just go ahead and skip it. It's Easter, but you know, I made a resolution to stay consistent with my lives this year, so I'm definitely working on being more consistent with some certain things as far as the YouTube thing goes. And staying consistent with my live streams is absolutely one of them. So shout out to everybody that's joining me today. Punch the like button if you haven't already. We're gonna be on here till about 11. We're gonna chit chat, so we got about an hour and a half to go. Y'all know how it goes down, how we start for the Sunday review show. We start off with the news and the upcoming fight. Upcoming fights, April through May. We got April 11th in London. We got Tyson Fury versus Arshilek Mahamadov, and that's going to be on Netflix. April 17th in New York, we got Alicia Baumgardner versus Bomi Ration. That's going to be on Sky Sports. May 2nd in Tokyo, we got Naoya Inoue versus Juto Nakatani. That's going to be on the zone. And May 3rd in Giza, Egypt, we got Alexander Usyk versus Rico Vero Hagen, a kickboxer. This will be his first professional fight, and it will be a championship fight. And it will be a championship fight. So that is where we're at with those upcoming fights. And it's like it's not like a lot going on right now. Boxing is kind of still a little bit, so to speak. It's like it seems like a lot going on, but then there ain't really a lot going on. It's kind of weird. But the biggest boxing news as of April 5th, 2026, is Deontay Wilder's split decision victory over Derek Chisora in a chaotic 12-round brawl at the O2 Arena in London. Following the win, Wilder immediately confronted Anthony Joshua ringside, telling him, "Let's do it," sparking renewed hope for the long-awaited heavyweight showdown later this year. So let's stop right there for a second. Let me know and drop it below your 2 cents about the Deontay Wilder fight. Just I'm gonna give you my 2 cents about the Deontay Wilder fight, right? And y'all know, like since I've been on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, since I've been more active on there and like dialoguing and going back and forth with people, people are extremely rude on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. And they really just don't like me. Like they be calling me stupid, dumb, the B word, all kind of stuff. I'm like, damn, what did I do to make these niggas so mad? People got me blocked. I ain't never even talked to. It's crazy. But anyway, I thought the fight it was a sloppy fight, and it's like it makes me feel like watching that fight. It made me feel like, what were y'all doing in camp? Because there's no way y'all is this out of shape. You know, like they were tired after the second round. I'm like, y'all this tired after 6 minutes of fighting? There's no way y'all took y'all camp serious. There's no way. And that's what makes me, a lot of people like, oh, Deontay Wilder's washed. He should retire. I felt like Deontay Wilder looked like, he looked like Deontay Wilder, but it was just like a lesser version of the Deontay Wilder. Which I mean, depending on who you are, that could be cool. Like he could probably still go out there, sell his name, get some win some fights. You know what I'm saying? Um, but when I was watching him fight, it was like he just didn't have that like hunger and aggression. Like I can't explain what it is he's missing, but whatever it is that it's like he's missing it. You know, he was aggressive, so it's not that he wasn't aggressive enough. It's like he just don't have that youthfulness, I guess, for lack of a better word. Is that better? Somebody said my mic was muffled. Is that better, Bobby? Put a one in the chat if that's better. I had to work with a different headset today, so my sound might be a little different. Let me check my sound real quick. Hold on. Slow down. All right, you said it still sound like that? Hold on. How about now? Mic check, mic check. One, two, one, two. Yeah, y'all gonna have to work with me. Said it's still the same. I don't know. If anybody else have an issue with the sound, let me know. Put a one in the chat. But we're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it going. Um, still the same. Hold on. Mic check, mic check. What about now? How about now? I'm up right now. Hello. Mic check, mic check. All right, we good to go. So, like I was saying about Deontay Wilder, um, no, I had to switch off my headset. I was trying to use my headset. I'm trying to use this microphone. But anyway, so to me, it just looks like, I mean, Deontay Wilder did hit your sore with some shots that clearly hurt your sore.
but he just wasn't setting up that right hand like he used to. I feel like he had plenty of opportunities to just throw that right with Chisora coming in and just dropping him. And Chisora was so tired. One shot to the body would have dropped Chisora. Like one good right hand. But it just seemed like Deontay Wilder just, I don't know if he was holding back. I don't know if he ain't have it in him. I don't know. Like it's just Wilder's not the same Wilder clearly. Um and it looks like Wilder could have been better. And what I mean by that, just watching and seeing like how bad his conditioning was, how he just didn't look as strong in the ring. Like he wasn't really like turning over his shots or nothing. Like he didn't have that torque on him on that right hand like he used to have. He just doesn't have that anymore. And it looks as though to me like probably Deontay Wilder is not willing to work as hard as he used to make these fights. That's honestly that's what it looked like to me. Like he not in camp just working as hard as he used to. And prior to that, it was rumors about him not even working that hard then. He didn't want to do road work, he didn't want to do this, he didn't want to do that. So they say that your power is the last thing to go. And even though Deontay Wilder shots are still effective, he no longer has that power because he relied a lot on his athleticism to get that. Like he relied a lot on his speed and athleticism to get his power. Power equals speed. I mean, speed equals power. But he's not as fast no more. He's not as athletic no more. So he doesn't have that like that anymore. And he's not a versatile fighter. It's not like he can just mix it up now and find a different way to win. No, that's not Deontay Wilder. That's never been Deontay Wilder. We all knew if you get in the ring, you better stay from that right hand or you going down. Period. Like that's Deontay Wilder. I don't know why people want to be like, oh, I told you he was this, I told you he was that. Like you didn't tell us he was anything. We all knew who Deontay Wilder was. Y'all wanted him to fight and be something that he was not. He wasn't no pure boxer. He wasn't no high school. He was none of that. He had an attribute that no matter how good you were, for the most part, unless you're a super elite boxer and bigger than him, because those are the people that's been able to beat him. Good boxers and they're bigger than him. And one could argue the Zhang fight, he was clearly out of his prime. But he just doesn't have that anymore. I don't think it takes anything away from him as a fighter because he's 37, 38 years old. He's had those crazy fights with Tyson Fury, which him nor Tyson Fury are the same fighters after that trilogy. Tyson Fury ain't looked good since that trilogy either. He got dropped by Ngannou. So they really killed each other careers with those trilogy fights. It was like 10 knockdowns between the two of them with them fights. We ain't never heard of anybody getting knocked down multiple times by Deontay Wilder. That just wasn't a thing. So, and then it was like, oh, Deontay Wilder walked up to Anthony Joshua and said, "Let's do it." If Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder want to fight, cool, I'll watch it. Um, Honestly, I don't know how that fight would go because they both kind of like well past their prime. Like this is a fight that is ridiculous past their prime. Like this is a fight that they let what's beyond the marinate. Like they let it ferment. They didn't let this fight marinate. They let this fight ferment. Like they just you're gonna give it to us at a time like this. I mean, people gonna watch it, but it doesn't have it's not gonna have the luster. It's not gonna have the youthful hungriness, competitiveness that we wanted to see at the time when that fight would have been for undisputed. That would have been a huge fight. It would have been massive. It would have been massive, but Eddie Hearn messed it up. Let me see what y'all saying. What's y'all 2 cents? Said Wilder fought Luis Ortiz. We had Wilder was punching weird, like he was using hammer fists, like they using MMA. He was out. He always would do that, like little silly little punching, like with the side of his fist. He has no legs. His power came from his quickness. I feel like Wilder has no balance. Like he always looked kind of like he. How can I explain it? He always looked awkward in the ring, but he didn't look off balance in the ring. Cause my son's tall, and he boxes. And he got like that awkward, like wild kind of footwork, but he doesn't look off balance. Like Wilder looked like he fighting on a boat. Like his legs is just not. I don't know if it's equilibrium off or what it is. It's just something I'm missing. Like something is just like is not quite right with Wilder. Does that make sense? But I still think he can do a couple more fights. He can probably do a couple more fights. Let him keep fighting till he get beat up. If that's what he want to do. I don't understand why people be mad if these fighters want to fight till they get beat up. Speed and athleticism was a huge factor to his power. Absolutely. I never liked to do no road work anyway. He used swimming to help for his cardio. Shout out Mr. Greg in the building. Tyler say, hell no, it won't. AJ didn't want to fight him in his prime. That's unfortunate. Two Cents Boxing gonna mess around and get blocked by Bomb Squad. What am I get blocked by Bomb Squad for? Deontay Wilder, one of my favorite fighters. Now I'm not gonna be honest. I still think he can fight. That's everybody else talking about he's washed up and this and that. Like if he's a heavyweight, let that man keep fighting. I mean, it's not like we talking about putting him in the ring with a Twama. All them heavyweights is old and quote unquote washed up. We ain't talking about putting him in the ring with a Twama. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something real quick. All right. How's my sound? I'm working with my sound today. I'm trying some new things, so y'all let me know how my mic sound. Says Moses would sleep Deontay for real. Man, I don't know. It seemed like Deontay was just holding on to that right hand, like he just would not pull the trigger. I'm like, Deontay, he right there. Let it go. And then he was telegraphing it. So I don't know if he was BSing in there because that was his homie or what Deontay Wilder had going on, but it was crazy. Then we got Caroline Dubois versus Terry Harper. Dubois unified the WBO and the WBC lightweight titles on Sunday with a dominant, unanimous win. Now, Caroline Dubois been making a lot of noise in women's boxing. Um, her and Alicia Baumgartner got an ongoing beef. But let's see what. Because I seen this video. I came across the video with Alicia Baumgartner because she been trying to call out Alicia. She's saying Alicia ducking. Alicia telling her you gotta go get your weight up. Get your, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do this and you gotta do that. But what's y'all 2 cents below? Like, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Alicia Baumgartner is ducking Dubois? Because I kind of feel Baumgartner a little bit. Ain't gonna lie, Baumgartner like, man, I can go get these fights and get this bread. She'll be there for me to fight. Plus, you go get your accolades up and all of that. But at the same time, I get where the boy coming from because she like, man, I ain't trying to take no Taylor fights and all this other stuff. Fight these people with the big name. I'm trying to fight the most competitive fights we can fight right now. I wanna fight the best. But let's see what Alicia Baumgartner is saying right here.
Yeah, Terry, put it together, Terry. Yeah, beat your ass up again. Yeah. Yeah, Terry. Look at it. Yeah. Yeah, Terry, stop playing with Terry. Yeah, ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on, Terry, keep moving, girl. 36 seconds. Let's go. Stop playing. Yeah, Terry, work in there, Terry. Yeah, yeah. Get in there, Terry. Yeah, bitch. Stop playing. Stop playing. Y'all was sleeping on Terry. Kira ain't got shit for nobody. Look, Caroline's still trying to find it. Oh, I was going to knock her out first. Well, all right. You got 10 seconds. What you going to do? Come on, Terry. Sit down, Terry. Yo. Don't ever mention my name. Don't mention my name, Dubois. You ain't got shit for me.
Who seen the Dubois fight? Terry Harper fight. I seen some highlights and some clips. I didn't get to watch the whole fight, but who seen the fight? Didn't Dubois win by unanimous decision? So at what round? What round? What round had Alicia Baumgartner that hype about Terry Harper? And you see she on there just taunting Dubois, right? You see her, she on there taunting. And when people get on Alicia ass about this and respond back to her, she always want to cry and play victim. Now let's see what Dubois has to say about the situation, because she's not gonna hold her tongue. She's gonna say what she have to say. You know, I think it's a lot of people that's gonna start to not like Caroline Dubois because she is going to speak her mind and not hold her tongue. And y'all know how people don't like that. But let's take a look at what she had to say after her fight.
Sorry. Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps with Caroline Dubois. We're with Fight Hub TV, and I just want to say congratulations on your win tonight. Just post-fight, when Nikisa was talking about Katie Taylor, and when you were just told about it, you sort of had this reaction of almost like it's exciting, but a little bit like, because she's a legend, you respect her. Was that because you know you're going to hurt her?
No, it's just she just doesn't do it for me, and it's not that as a disrespect. Like I want to be involved in fights where people say this is the best versus the best, and they're up in an iron about who's gonna win. And I feel like if I fight Kate Taylor and if I fight her, I'd win that fight, and people would not give me credit for that. They would say, "Oh, she fought a over the hill Katie Taylor. She fought a girl who's at the end of her prime, and she's this." And what would I get from that? Me beating Kate, what would I get? Yes, I'll get a paycheck.
So do you think that Caroline Dubois will get credit for beating Kaylee Taylor? What's y'all 2 cents about that? Do y'all think she'll get credit for that?
And I'll get the name, but I don't think I'll get anything else. Whereas if I go in the ring and fight a young, hungry, dangerous Alicia or a Turk or these dangerous girls, I will get so much more from that, and that's what I'm interested in. You know, I'm not
More
at
about the challenge.
yeah. I'm not at the end of my career like some of these other girls. I'm not interested in Ronda Rousey. I'm not interested in Holly Holm. I want the biggest, the scariest, the most dangerous woman I can find, and I want to run at her. That's who I want. I don't want Kate Taylor.
When I caught up with Clarissa Shields, Clarissa was actually obviously.
Man, Dubois, you tripping. You better get you a Ronda Rousey and a Holly Holmes and get them checks. Come on, Dubois. Come on now. If they offering you those fights, you for sure should take those fights, in my opinion. But, you know, shout out to Gap 2 Games with the $1.99 in the super chat. He says, what I miss. Nothing much. We were just going through the Deontay Wilder fight. I was giving my 2 cents about that. And now we're talking about the Caroline Dubois Harper situation. And I was just showing Alicia Baumgartner being messy. Because people always act like she don't never do nothing. And now we're hearing what Dubois has to say about moving forward after this fight.
I didn't realize you guys had a good friendship, but she definitely thinks that you would be the person to beat Alicia. Just your thoughts?
Of course, I'm gonna. If we fight, I would run through her. You know, today Honestly, it was so upsetting. I woke up and I had the worst flu. My head was burning up. I felt dizzy, and I was like, no. I was just praying on the way here. I was like, God, make this just be a challenge and a test for me to dig within myself. And I was able to do that. But I truly feel like if I was in had a bit more luck today, I would have felt a lot better in the ring today. And I would have been able to go through the gears a lot more. I don't want to make too many excuses because Terry fought a really smart fight, but I know that given the opportunity, I'll run through Alyssa.
And just lastly, just a prediction on the upcoming MMA fight between Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. What do you think of their fight?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I was around when Ronda was killing it, and she was the woman who got my attention on UFC. I've never seen a UFC fight in my life up until that point. It's one of the logic thing, it's like it's. All right, guys, hold on. In this build up, you know me, and you know who to get involved. And, she's smart, and she's experienced counter. That's like the best one you would jump at. It's difficult one because I've got a lot of time for Katie. I think she's a legend. If she said, Karen Dubois, let's do this, she wants to test herself against me, I would jump at the opportunity. Who wouldn't? Like, who honestly would say no to Katie Taylor? She's a legend. It would be an honor to step into the ring with her. But I'm not really fussed about that fight. The fight I'm interested in, I'm sure all of you think I know what I'm interested in, is Alicia, the bomb background. And I think we'll be able to see who truly is the best. I believe it's me. That's the fight I want. By the end of the year, there's no need to waste time. There's no need to mess around. Like, let's make it happen. The best versus the best with 5 pounds difference. She's older than me. She's more experienced than me. Let's see. That's the fight I want. That's the fight I want. Is that the fight you'll take over, say, another unification bout or I would take it over unification bout. I know she's going to run a mile from this fight. I believe she's already spoken to Nikita and said, I don't want that fight. She's going to try and run and slip and slide her way out that fight. And if she does to say, I can do more, then I'll have another unification. I'll go off to the top. And then we can have it. By the end of this year, we need to make that fight happen. The biggest fight in women's boxing, I want that fight. I want Alicia. I want her next.
Man, she putting that pressure on Alicia Baumgartner. She putting that pressure on Alicia Baumgartner. Now, it's almost like I think if Dubois, what she say, she gonna go for unification. She fights some more fights, get her personality, get her name out there more. Maybe 2, maybe 3 more fights. I think Alicia Baumgartner, Caroline Dubois will be a huge fight in women's boxing. It'll be a huge fight in women's boxing. It'll be a better fight. I'm not saying it'll be a bigger fight, but it'll be a better fight than Clarissa Shields versus Alicia Baumgartner, considering that the size difference is massive, so that it wouldn't even make no sense. But this fight makes a lot more sense. It will be a lot more competitive and more on an even playing field, in my opinion. That's just my 2 cents. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But she is on Alicia Baumgartner's heels. She just put on a great performance against Terry Harper. People gonna start calling for that fight. The more she call her out, the better she look in her performances. People gonna start calling her out for that fight, and I don't think Alicia Baumgartner is gonna be able to run that long because it's women's boxing. It ain't too much dipping and dodging you can do. And Alicia, it's not like she can go up weight classes to try to run away from Caroline, because I think she pretty much maxing out. So we're gonna see what's up with this fight. On the money line, say Alicia Baumgartner can't use a triangle theory. She needs to just go ahead and knock her off. Let's see that fight. I mean, right now she's saying Baumgartner got all the advantages. She got the experience, this, that. So what's up? Why don't you fight me? Why don't you fight me? Gap 2 Gang said I agree. And eventually Alicia gonna look like a duck if she don't take the fight. There's not enough smoke to go around for the women. So this would be a great opportunity for both. That's what I'm saying. She's gonna eventually look like a duck. But if I'm Dubois, I'm about to go fight Taylor. Taylor, you want this smoke? I'll come get that check, beat you, get you on my resume. She will have Katie Taylor on her resume. That's a good look. Cause I don't know why Baumgartner ain't fighting Katie Taylor. I don't know. All right, let's move forward in the news. Ellie Scottney versus Mayeli Flores. Scottney became the youngest undisputed champion in British history at 122 pounds with a points victory. Tim Tszyu versus Dennis Nurja. Tszyu secured a one-sided decision win in Australia, potentially setting up a summer clash with Errol the True Spence Jr. Now, why is it potentially? Why is it potentially? I'm curious. Let me see if I can pull up the video.
Do you have a message for Errol Spence and his team?
You know what they say, catch the big fish. Let's go fishing.
Do you have a message for Errol Spence and his team?
You know what they say, catch the big fish. Let's go fishing.
Y'all heard him. He said he about to go catch the big fish. They about to go fishing. So, what do y'all think? Let me know and drop it below. For those of you that saw the fight, what did you think about Tim Tszyu's performance? How did he look? And I mean, I know it's going to be kind of hard to tell, but what's kind of like a rough estimate you see in your mind that fight going? Let me see what y'all think. So, Earl the Truth Spence Jr. responds on his X page. And he says, you think shit sweet, I'ma do you so bad. So Earl the Truth Spence Jr. came out and was like, man, you think this shit sweet? I'm gonna do you bad. Like, I don't know if you've been listening to the rumors. I don't know what you thinking, but I'm gonna do you bad, Timmy. And I seen the Tim Tszyu fight. I mean, I thought Tim Tszyu looked like Tim Tszyu. He won't ever look like the Tim Tszyu before the Fundora fight, in my opinion, because he don't have like that. You know, Tim Tszyu was like arrogant, like he thought he was the shit nizzle. Tim Tszyu thought, you know, he was, you know, them Australians is tough. Tim Tszyu was tough. He got that toughness beat out of him by Fundora. Then he got that toughness beat out of him by Bachram. So he ain't as tough as he used to think he was, in my opinion. And if Earl the True Spence Jr. can come through and give us 70, 65, 70%, I think he gonna beat Timmy, be honest with y'all. I think he gonna beat Timmy, to be honest with y'all. But we gonna see. But Earl is letting y'all know, like, he not just finna be sitting back letting people talk crazy to him. Like, you're not about to kick. You're not about to go fish. You can go fishing all you want to. But I'm the big fish. And if anybody can make a comeback and make a splash, I will put my money on Earl the Truth Spence Jr., the comeback king. The comeback king. So we gonna see if he gonna be able to come back just one last time. This might be this definitely gonna be the last comeback he gonna have in him for sure. But we don't never know. We don't never know. Isaiah said, I feel like Bakram took a lot out of Tim Tszyu. It was already taken out of him. He had no business being in the ring with Bakram that soon, but Timmy think he tough. Timmy think he tough. Just like he think he tough, he think he about to get in there with Spence. And we don't really know what's going on with Spence. We could speculate. We could say we heard rumors he can't get released. We could say he looks slow in the workout video, but we're not gonna know till they get in the ring. We're not gonna know till they get in the ring. So let me get through this news because I got about an hour left and I want to drop the link. Lauren Price versus Stephanie Pinheiro. Price retained her unified welterweight titles via unanimous decision and later confirmed a mega fight with Clarissa T. Rex Shields. Let's look up that video with Clarissa Shields and Lauren Price. Now, who is Lauren Price? And why is Clarissa Shields trying to fight him? Let's see. She was on her growth-ish, you know what I'm saying? She all at the fight. She all in the ring. Let's see what Gro had to say.
You did great tonight, but I will say this while I'm face to face. No disrespect to you, Olympic champion to Olympic champion. You got a little bit of time. I got one more fight, and then we can fight at the end of the year.
You know, this girl stood in front of me. She is one of the best in the game. And we all need dance partners. We both got Olympic gold medals. Let's do it. This is why I'm in the game. I want to fight the best. Credit to Shields. I respect it. And, you know, we all need a dance partner, but I back myself.
The UK is where it's at when it comes to big fights. Could the fight happen in the UK?
It depends on where it's at, how much money is on the table, but I can win a fight anywhere. We don't have to go to the US. If she wants to stay here in the UK and they come with that bag, I have to be Lauren Price here in the UK like I did Savannah Marshall. You did great tonight, but I will say this while I'm face to face. No disrespect to you, Olympic champion to Olympic champion. You got a little bit of time. I got one more fight, and then we can fight at the end of the year.
You know, this girl stood in front of me. She is one of the best in the game. And we all need dance partners.
She shook. She shook. She shook. I did say, who the fuck is that guy? Well, Lauren Price is a name I've been hearing. I've been seeing around. I've been seeing people calling for her to fight Clarissa Shields. I think she's been stopping people. Y'all look up Lauren Price. I think she's been stopping people. Let me see if I can find some footage for us to review. Y'all know this is Sunday the review show. So let's get some reviews.
You know what, I expect a clean fight. Remember to obey my commands at all times.
Hey, y'all be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App, $2 boxing, or letting me know and dropping it below your 2 cents in the Cash App. They about to demonetize your girl as soon as I show these highlights. So y'all be sure to support the channel. Y'all know y'all don't really be supporting the Sunday review show. Y'all don't like the Sunday review show? I be checking the analytics. Y'all don't really be financially supporting the Sunday review show. I don't think y'all like the Sunday review show. All right, here we go. This is her right here. Who Clarissa Shields. Look. Hold on, I thought this was supposed to be highlights. No, this is the full fight. No, I know they're not gonna let me show the full fight. Let me turn that off. NBC Sports. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find something I can play it. Uh, Alright, y'all might have to look up Lauren Price on y'all own because I don't see nobody where they remake the highlights where I can play it without getting copyrighted. Now folks says the Grow is ducking Shardaza because she trying to fight Price. I'm sorry. Man, ain't nobody ducking Shardaza. Like everybody on here sitting here crying Shardaza. Like just y'all just crying the name for what? Like what does Shardaza have for Clarissa Shields? Seriously. I'm sure they're gonna fight. Give them time to build up the fight and make the fight bigger. Let Shardaza keep winning, knocking out people. I don't understand. It's women's boxing. It's not like they can make fights, these big fights, right the second, right away. Then what they gonna do? Why y'all think Dubois and Alicia Baumgartner not finna fight right now? That's a big fight. They just make the big fight now, and then what? When they can fight more people, get more interest, and then make a bigger fight. I don't understand. Did y'all hear the crowd where she was at for Lauren Price? Did y'all hear that crowd when when Clarissa Shields was in the ring? Did y'all hear the crowd? That means she got a country behind her. Them people came to see Lauren Price fight. Shardaza Green ain't got that. Shardaza Green don't got that. Not right now, not yet. But that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. Exactly, Gap 2 Games. She don't even got the conditioning to fight Clarissa Shields. I don't understand what's the fascination people have with the Shardaza Green Clarissa Shields fight. Like they're just levels apart from each other. She ain't even beat Franchise Cruz. Rick Tills ain't having it. That boy say, "Child, please." Rick Tills ain't having it. Rick Tills say, "Child, please." Okay, let me get through the news, y'all, so I can drop the link. Okay, what else we got? Major League industry updates. Javante Tank Davis, a Miami judge, has allowed a $5 million civil lawsuit against Davis to proceed. In response, Davis filed a $20 million countersuit, claiming the allegations are an extortion attempt that cost him a high-profile fight against Jake Paul. While a felony false imprisonment charge was dropped, he still faces a felony kidnapping charge. Zuffa Boxing '05. The latest Dana White-led event took place on April 5th at the Meta Apex in Las Vegas, headlined by Andres Cortez and Ederson Garcia. Did anybody watch the Zuffa card tonight? Put a 1 in the chat and let me know and drop it below how it went if you watched the Zuffa card. The Ali Revival Act. The U.S. House of Representatives recently passed the Ali Revival Act, aiming to update federal boxing regulations. Upcoming fight calendar. Upcoming high-profile matchups include heavyweight Tyson Fury, Fabio Worley versus Daniel Dubois will be fighting May 9th. So don't forget to add that to y'all list. Don't forget to add that to y'all's list. Now I'm about to drop the link, but I wanted us to review this video with Xander Zayas and him speaking about, it's just an interview. We're gonna review it on the ring. We're gonna review it. Let me drop the link. I got about an hour left. I'm off of here at 11, y'all, because I gotta be up early. How was the card, Isaiah? Hey, Bub, the Bud Crawford era. The Bud Crawford era.
With the ring, pleasure to be joined by WBA and WBO junior middleweight champion Xander Zayas, who's getting ready to face Duran Putinez on June 27 at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, on the Zone pay-per-view. Xander, everyone is already buzzing about this fight. How are you feeling, and why was it important for you to take the toughest test of your career at such an early stage?
Manu, thank you for the time. Thank you for being here. Man, this everybody, like you said, is busting. I feel like this is the biggest fight of 2026 thus far. And it was important for me because for me to say that I'm the best, I gotta face the best. And Jaron Buchanan is one of the best names in the division, you know, alongside other fighters and myself. So come June 27th, I will claim why I'm the best 154-pounder in the world.
And like
Now, what's up, Mr. Greg? We got Mr. Greg on the panel.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing today, Mr. Greg?
I'm fine. I'm just coming in real quick because I'm going to be dipping out fast in a minute.
Okay.
I wanted to, we was talking about, excuse me, talking about Wilder. First, let me say I'm glad to see he get a win under his belt. I think that's probably good for his confidence. However, when I watched the fight twice, to be quite honest, and if he can get him a couple of more dollars taking fights like that, go ahead. But if he's trying to go up and try to be back at the top of the game again, what I saw on this fight shows me that he's really more deteriorated than he had been in previous fights to me. He looks to me like he's leaning over a little bit more. His jab, well, if you call it that a jab, was really horrible. I read that he was really working on it, which I think I said earlier that he should have been doing that when he had Mark, which was what Mark Breland was trying to get him to learn to be better at, to set up his big right. It doesn't look like he's doing that. It just looks like now let me get a few more dollars because I'm on the way out. He's 40 now. He seemed to have been happy. The killer instinct is not there, at least not in that fight it wasn't. And I could be wrong, but to even consider the belief from that one fight that he'll be back at the top again at a heavyweight is for me is sort of unrealistic and almost a little foolish. But again, I liked Wilder. I would have loved to have had improved during the time when it was good for him to do that. And like I said, he could get a few more. I hope the problems that he's having outside the ring can work its way out as well, because that was something he probably needed. He said he was having fun, and if he's having the kind of problems outside of the ring that has been reported, I could see where a little fun of what you love doing and learned late in life to do would have worked for you. So, I salute him for that. But other than that, about him, nah. I think we'll see him.
I don't think he's trying to get back to the top of the game. He's trying to get a fight with Anthony Joshua. That ain't. I think he's just trying to get his bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope that's the idea. To just go ahead and chances are we'll see that fight. Because we should have seen it years ago, and chances are we'll see it now. Now, what it'll look like, based on what I saw last night, I don't know. Anthony Joshua might look a little bit better, and he might look just as bad when they get in the ring together. Depends on how their styles really will match up if that fight gets made. But I hope that fight gets made too. It'll be a fun fight to watch. That's how I feel about that, because he was there at the fight, and I believe he indicated that he wants to have that fight now. So maybe we'll get a little fun fight of guys who are over the hill. I mean, we're getting those kind of fights on a regular as it is anyway. So why not them join in the fray as well?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that it sucks Eddie Hearn ruined that fight.
Yeah. Did you watch the Tim Zoo fight?
Yeah, we watched the Tim Tszyu fight. I think I was talking about that before you came on. What'd you think about it?
It was one kind of one sided to me, and I heard what he said about to Spence. That would have made that would have been more exciting to hear had he not got beat up twice.
3 times.
you know. Uh, but as it stands, like I said, this is going to be another fight that's going to be, eh, it's a little late. Spence been away too long. He only got beat up once, whereas Zoo got beat up, like I said, maybe 3 times if you want to count all three of the last fights. He got beat up again. It depends on how much money is going to be involved and where the fight takes place. And the fight's going to take place wherever the money is going to be at. So it may be over in Australia, it may be here. But I would be happy to see if Spence looks at least very good in this fight when because that's supposed to be maybe July if they even make it because they're still talking. The talk is potential when
Yep.
it's signed. So, but in today's fight world, you can't believe anything until you see them actually in the ring getting the final instructions.
Let me get this cash out. I mean, this super chat real quick. Shout out to Big Dog Willie with the $10 in the super chat. He says, the Hanos clan, y'all got some explaining to do. And why are y'all calling others ducks? Devin might have the duck of the year unless he fights Ryan. The great 2 cents boxing. What are your thoughts? Well, I mean, the reason why you have to say Devin Haney is a duck is because he called people ducks for much less. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yep, you've been running around here calling everybody ducks for much less. So of course everybody gonna call you a duck now, Devin. And I really don't know what Devin and Bill got going on. It's hard to tell when they're ever really being genuine or when they're trying to play a game or run a negotiation tactic. So I don't know exactly what they're doing. I'm gonna wait and see. But according to my definition of a duck, which I've ran down to y'all plenty of times, this is a textbook duck. You got the offer, you got the contract, you got the offer, you said you liked it. You asked for a location change. They gave you the location change. It all for you to come out and be like, oh no, it ain't enough money. Like, what are we talking about? You said it was a solid offer, you know? So I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see how it all play out.
Is
Um,
that the fight with Rolly that you're talking about? That he was
yeah, that's
supposed
the
to-
fight with Rolling. Yeah.
that's kind of crazy because what that started again. I just saw a glimpse of it. I didn't bother to feed it. I don't never feed into it. But once again, there's some criticism that's boiling up about PBC again being broke, don't have no money. Um, Devin is saying one thing, Rolly's saying another. He's hearing the same story, but it's a different version of it. But there's
They
still
saying
no fight.
PBC is broke and don't have no money because they don't want to overpay Devin.
Right.
Because
Um,
they want a promoter split of the profits, but they don't want to cover any of the expenses.
which is crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And I think y'all were talking about it. I said that, and so often people want all the benefits, but don't want the responsibility. I think Jupe said they want the bag, but not the bill. I think that's who said that. But that's exactly what it is. They want the money, but they don't want the bill. They don't want to really take the risk that comes with promoting. You got to put up your if you don't have somebody who's backing you even as a promoter, you got to put up your own money. So naturally, you're not trying to have a partner who puts nothing in. they get all the reward and you get all the risk. And plus, you got to split the reward with them. So, I mean, that's the game that they play.
50-50 at that. It's a 50
Yeah,
50 split at that.
that's crazy. And I'm pretty certain that PBC say y'all can go on there. Nobody, you can get, find somebody else who want to be stupid. Because that's a stupid deal. That's just a stupid deal. But that's the reputation they.
That's the same thing Bud was on allegedly. Like they're running the same play as Bud. Like, oh, there's no guarantee. But part of the reason why Bud didn't have a guarantee is because he started waiting later and closer to the fight because he had a guarantee at first.
Mm-hmm.
But he kept, delaying the paperwork to the point where it was like, all right, we just gonna have to pay y'all off you're not giving us enough time. So it ended up being no guarantee. So
I kind of think with Bud, and I said that I always said when he got free, when he was finally free and top ranked, and wanted to be his own boss and wanted to be the businessman and so forth, he didn't know what he was doing, and it caused a lot of chaos, which he did. But at the same time, I understood what he was trying to do. He didn't know what he was doing, but he tried it. Everybody got mad at him. And in that particular situation, there was such a demand still for the fight, and Errol actually still wanted the fight, that all of that could still happen. The fight still happened. But had that have been another kind of situation, it wouldn't have. Now, Devin and Bill allegedly have been promoters for some time and really know how this game is supposed to go. Bud was just getting guarantees. He wasn't even paying his sanctioning fees. Top Rank was doing all of that. And so he had to learn, well, now that you want to be your own boss, you have to absorb the cost. So he was learning this, and by doing that, he made a lot of people mad. Devin and them know this is how this game is supposed to go. I've seen old videos where there was some difficulty with a fighter on a small card that they was doing. I believe the card was in Mexico where he did a lot of fights. So they're not new. They just want to have to me, they want to have the prestige of being promoters, of being in the game, being the business people, et cetera, but they still don't have the money, to me, for the big fights, and they don't want to take the risk for the fights as well. And so they're going to have a hard time. I think they're going to be taking up a lot of people's time, I think, because they just took up a whole bunch of time with this. Say what now?
They're going to have to go to Zuffa.
They're going to have to go to somewhere where they're going to get some money,
because they want guarantees. Because he said, I don't know if you heard the audio, but he's like, with Turkey, you don't got to worry about the gate, the putting the asses, you don't got to worry about any of those expenses. But the problem is that should not be a realistic expectation that you have of other promoters. And I think that's where a lot of people are getting this mixed up at. Like, y'all saying PBC broke. No, they can't afford to lose money. Am I broke because I can't afford to lose money? Is that what that means? I'm broke?
What that is. It's always going to be criticism for them when it talks about whether they have money or not. But it makes sound business sense that you do not just throw. I don't care if you flush. You don't throw away good money after bad. You don't just decide that you can get all the rewards and you take no risk. I don't care who you are. He's not this bona fide superstar that is guaranteed that you're going to do millions of pay-per-views. The gate's going to be, you got to need a large stadium to fill. He don't have that persona. He could have had that years ago when it got started, but he's never lived up to it either. So if they go back to Turkey, who's going to fight him over if he goes to Turkey? That's the other thing. Who's he going to fight now?
Well, I don't know if you've seen a tweet Turkey put out, and he mentioned his plans for the remainder of the year. He didn't mention Devin. Because I don't know if you recall, Devin is supposed to have a 3-fight deal where he's getting $12 million a fight to fight with Turkey, and he's only fought 2 fights. So my question was, why are you even at PBC? Like, what happened to your Turkey deal?
Probably the same thing that Canelo found when he was first over at the Zone. The Zone looked at the numbers and said, "Nah, we can't do this deal like this anymore." Probably something similar. If the numbers don't add up, you don't continue to throw good money at it, and that's only reason why they're even knocking on other doors because Turkey apparently said, we're not doing this again. And I would do the same thing. I mean, you got to go and look, but you got to honestly be realistic about what's going to be available, what people are going to pay for, and all the other changes that are going on worldwide that can affect people's time and money and where they place it. If they're not thinking about that, then we're gonna see what we be seeing. They're just talking to promoters, wasting their time, and no fights get made. Or at
But
least
what's strange is how nobody is talking about this war and the effects it's gonna have, and these articles that's coming out that's saying Saudi is pulling out of investments and doing this. It's like people is is ignoring that for some reason.
because they don't understand the Middle East. Sadly, our country, our government, all of our governments, not just the current ones, have never understand you are not taming the Middle East. I don't care how many planes and bombs and troops you send, you will never, and they never have tamed the Middle East. They don't understand it. And when one country gets in some kind of situation, it's a domino effect. Because it's a lot of societies there, it's a lot of ethnic groups there, and everybody is not the same. So we already see it in terms of our gas prices gone up $5 or more per gallon. You see it in the cost of food. Now you only have you have more people in your household because you have children. It's only two of us, and the cost of food is still crazy. Um, Things aren't going to necessarily get here because they have to come from different countries, and when you start jamming up the supply routes, it doesn't matter if you send troops in trying to free them up. How long does it take to free them up? In the meantime, stuff still doesn't get here. Oil has gone up. So that's going to cause, I don't know if you've felt it yet, but particularly in Texas, the cost of energy, of electricity, of gas and water and things like that for your utilities, what I'm trying to say, are going up. People are losing jobs. A lot of stores are closing down. A lot of retail stores at the high end, like Saks and Neiman's. I mean, they needed a $2 billion investment to get out of bankruptcy, and they still closing stores. So that's a lot of jobs that people won't be having. So of course you're not going to be spending a whole bunch of money watching pay-per-view boxing when you don't have a job or you're getting your unemployment. So it's going to affect people in ways that they don't understand yet because they don't. It's not touching them. Maybe they don't have anybody in the service in their family, or maybe they're not in the military town. But eventually, if you're paying attention, everything will get affected, and it's being affected now. You just don't understand it yet. And then you got all of these fighters who want 20 million to fight somebody who probably, or at least has the appearance of being an easy fight for them, and nobody's doing it. Nobody's giving you that kind of money anymore. Everybody has to take risks now. If they're gonna stay, they're gonna have to ask for less money. They're gonna have to take more risk. But who's willing to do it? And then who trusts each other? I mean, promoters, that very definition, promote things, but their interest comes first. They are not interested in the fighter. They're interested in what they can get out of it. And if the fighter can get paid well, all right, they'll do that. But a lot of times, and I know Zab and a number of other fighters have talked about this over the years, that they have been guaranteed, or they want to see how much money was made on the fight, and they don't actually get the real answer. So it's their trust issues. Why? Because everybody's looking out for themselves. That's why you have, and I understand why fighters ask for these crazy amounts of money because they know they can't really trust a promoter. But they're a necessary evil for now in the fight game. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you these days of what's going on out here.
It's all like bundled up. It's just like a
Yeah,
bunch of wires. Just it's like a bunch of wires in a ball that's just like tangled up. You gotta try to figure out how to untangle because we kept warning people about Turkey, how he was coming in, destroying the market, inflating the prices, and once he was done doing that, it was gonna be a period of fights being hard to make
yeah, agreed
because
on
of
it.
this right here. We look what happened with the Virgil Ortiz Boots Ennis. We didn't get that fight. Look what's going on with the like. It's crazy. But let's finish hearing what Xander Zayas had to say in this interview because I got about 30
Like you
more
said,
minutes.
everyone is buzzing, everyone's talking about it. Jerron Ennis himself, he's giving you immense credit, and rightfully so, for taking this fight when you had the leverage to call the shots and choose any route you preferred.
Yeah.
All right. Now I always told y'all I thought Xander Zayas was food. I didn't think he was gonna feed himself to Jerron Boots Ennis. Shout out to Big Dog Willie with the $2 in the super chat. He says, Hano's plan saying Bill don't cap is insane. Shout out Big Dog Willie. Hano's clan been in hiding. Like, where y'all at, Hano's clan? Where y'all at?
Xander looks fat to me in this clip right here.
Guy. He's a big guy, Mr. Greg, and
Mhm.
listening to him, I think he has a perception of who he think Jerron Boots Ennis is, and what his advantages or things that he will be able to do or get off in this fight. And I think it's miscalculated. But let's hear what he got to say.
Mhm.
At the age of 23, what does it speak to you? What does it speak for you as the fighter you are?
Man, I feel like a lot of people will love or love to be average in life. I wasn't born to be average. I was born to make history. I was born to keep writing history. I've been writing it since the day I was born. Um, and this is no exception. This is the biggest name. This is the biggest test. And I'm gonna write history one more time. That's what it's all about. That's what you're in the sport of boxing for. It's easy to just get complacent and just fight all names or all guys that were champion 3 4 years ago, or just fight an easy fight that you know you could win and get easy money. But when everything is on the line, when a lot of people is doubting you, that's when the stakes are high. That's when you got to perform, and that's where I perform at my best.
And it appears this fight was made without a hitch,
Yeah.
fairly simple behind the scenes, which was a far different case than what Ennis experienced negotiating with Virgil. Why do you think that was the case, and what do you make of this?
Um, like you said, it was an easy negotiation. I feel like we both wanted to fight. There are no buts. There's no what if. We both want to fight. Let's make it happen. The fans want it. Why not make it happen? With Virgil, well, I guess that happened every time there was a conversation of a big fight with him. He always wanted it too much of his way and never wanted to be, you know, um, he didn't want to play the game. He didn't want to play the game. He only wanted to play his game, and that's why he never got a big fight. Um, it was super easy. I feel like not just me, but the whole team, everybody behind the scenes, Jerome Boots and his team, they can tell you it was just fairly easy conversation. We both wanted it, and we both made it happen. That's what it comes down to. When both fighters want it, it's an easy conversation to have.
Did you
So I think it's safe to say Virgil's a duck. I mean, we're just gonna have to come out and say that the boy is a duck. He didn't want the smoke.
I wish that they
in your
had.
team?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mr. Gray.
I was just saying, I wish they had went on and made the fight. This it seems when Oscar falls out with his fighters, a whole bunch of chaos takes place. Virgil's people were probably implicit too, but Oscar also all this mess that he's doing. Everybody's running the court these days to fight. That fight should have been made. That fight had a lot of interest. People wanted to see the fight. So when people want to see the fight, you have to ask yourself, why aren't we still seeing it? And it goes right back to whoever is handling the business is throwing them, what to say, a monkey wrench in the program, because
Hmm.
that fight should have been that. The mess that took place so from that should have never happened, but it does all the time, even though it should never happen. This young kid and his people saw opportunity, and that's a good opportunity for him. It really is, because he'll elevate a couple of notches up if he beats Boots, which I have no belief he will, or if he looks really good fighting Boots and still lose, it still elevates him. So he kind of can still win even if he loses. That's how I'm seeing him. Will
Right.
I'm sorry, not Virgil. Will Boots? I think Boots has to annihilate him, even though people believe that's what's going to happen anyway. That's actually what he has to do, so he doesn't get questioned about, well, how come it took you 12 rounds? How come you had to fight to a
But
decision?
why do people expect Boots to annihilate him? He's the unified champion in the division. Why is Boots' expectation an annihilation? And all he got to do is look good.
To avoid the criticism, not because that's the only way he can win. Uh, Fight fans are always analysis, because that's what fans is short for. They're always wanting more. They're never really satisfied. So they're always gonna find something to complain about. And then I would love to see Boots just open all the way up on him just because he can. Just to remind y'all, this is what I actually have. This is who I actually am. So I would like to see that too. But the fact that this is a great opportunity, but it's one sided really. It's a great opportunity for Xander. It's not no great opportunity for Boots, but this is what's available. So take the fight, get some work, put some work in, because I know he's been training. You were probably planning for something else, and it's somewhat of a letdown, but still do something spectacular anyway. Sometimes you just got to take a step back to move forward again. This is one of these kind of situations where I'm seeing it. He just needs to just annihilate him. Okay, I'm giving you a chance, but here's the price you gonna pay for stepping up to me. I kind of see it from that point of view. You know, you're a young kid, you wanna come up, you trying to show you like that. You coming for me, I'm gonna show you should never have done that. That's the kind
Shout
of
out to
okay, I'm sorry.
okay. Shout out to Isaiah. What you doing on the panel?
What's going on, Isaiah?
Yo, what's going on? Could y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up?
Salute to you, Mr. Greg. Salute 2 cents. You know what? I really feel for Virgil because I feel like Virgil could have got Ben had these fights, but it's like you said, like he want to get he want to get a turkey bag. He want to get that EBT money. But at the same time, too, it's like Turkey coming in the game. I just seen the Zuffa card, and man, I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked to see how many people I didn't seen that was on the PBC, that was with a top rank, that was with Matchroom. I'm just like, damn, Zuffa low key kind of taking over like the people who who not that nice, and they was on like the prelims. So I just feel like if Virgil, and I know this might sound crazy, but I feel like if Virgil would have just taken the fights, I feel like boxing would have been back where it belongs, because that would have been a really good fight. And now Virgil kind of like in the back burner, because what's he gonna do? Like, is he about to go get a belt? Because at the same time, if Virgil gets a belt, it'll give him some leverage. And it, and
Man,
if and
Virgil
if
not
Boots
even about to
wins,
get a fight, let alone a
yeah, no,
belt.
that's a fact. Yeah, I think he still needs to go to
He about to
arbitration.
be shelved, bro.
Yeah, no, it's a fact, because I already know as soon as he goes to arbitration, it's gonna take it's gonna take months. And you see that his manager, or whoever that dude is, the bald dude, Rick Meridian, or whatever his name
Meridian.
is, he was talking about, oh, what you think? You think Virgil not about to get a fight? He about to fight soon? Nah, as soon as he hits that arbitration, that's not how arbitration works. So I guess he just saying that to try to make Virgil believe, like, oh yeah, don't worry, bro. Like we
Now
going.
he already trying to beg Oscar.
Yeah, and you know what? I just feel like Virgil, he fucked up because now Boots about to get the fight, and we might even see Boots go for Fundora. I mean, who else at 54?
You ever
Uh,
seen Metro and PBC make a fight?
nah, but I do feel like they're gonna force Boots to kind of sign to the PVC, so that's gonna turn,
Is
so that
this?
might
Is hold on,
that
hold on,
might
hold
have
on.
Boots. What's up?
Is this Boots' last fight with Matchroom? It can't be if he about to unify.
Nah, nah, I don't think so. I think it's his. I don't know, to be honest. I don't really know, but I just know he's been fighting with Matchroom. How many fights he had already? Four. This is about to be his
Two?
fourth. Two.
Is it four? He had the Karen rematch.
Yeah, he had two Karens.
He had
Oh,
Stanionis.
that's already three.
No, the first Karen fight was that with Eddie.
Yeah, I think that was with Eddie.
That wasn't with
Yeah.
Eddie. That was with Showtime.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So first one was, so yeah, he only got this is about to be his third one.
So this might be his last fight.
You know what? I hope so, because the only way he's gonna get a Fundora is if he goes over there and signs to PVC. But
This could be
I'm
his
not gonna
last
lie.
fight, and then he goes down with PBC. He get Charlo, Fundora, and
Yeah,
who else
I was
over
just
there?
about to say that. You know what? I feel like a lot of people who really love Boots. I didn't heard so many people say, oh, if Boots goes to the PVC, they about to shelf him. I feel like if he got them belts, they not about to shelf him. They about to make him fight everybody over there.
Why would they
And
shelf him? That don't even make sense.
I don't know. It don't make no sense. But I've heard people say, nah, the PVC ain't a good move for him to sign. But Matchroom ain't
They
even
would turn
like
him
the
into a
best.
pay per view star.
It
That's
depends
exactly what I
on
was thinking. But you know what? I get it. They just don't want him to go over there because they think that whatever they think. But if he got them belts, I really hope that they put these two fights together. So we'll see. Because I mean, he about to be two-time unified. So
I
let's
don't know if
let's see.
Fedora will fight Boots though. We'll see.
You don't think so?
Nah.
it depends
Why
on what
not?
the with the contracts, how they negotiate the contract if he goes to the PBC. If he asks for certain things and certain fighters, maybe that's what we'll get. Because I would mind seeing Boots fight any of those guys, even though they've all had their little issues with. Would like to see him fight Charlo.
That'd
Charlo.
be a good
I'd
fight.
like to see him fight. Depending on how Spence looks in his first comeback fight, Fondor as well. I mean, these guys going to have to fight each other because they're all around the same weight classes. Anywhere from 47 to 160. So they might as well go ahead and do this stuff instead of dragging it out before anybody gets beat up or gets too old. Because all they're doing now is wasting it's a lot more time. As I said, it's a lot more time arguing over who gets what, when, and how, as opposed to actually
Yeah, that's a
getting
fact.
into. And by the time we're talking about this is April. So Boost fights I think that fight is in July, correct, or the end of June with
I think the end of June, something like that.
yeah. So does he fight again at the end of this year? Will he fight in like November or October again? This is kind of stuff that we should be seeing, and we're not. When is Charlo? Who is Charlo going to fight next right now?
I don't know. He wanted a tune-up because he said he didn't want to fight Boots.
Yeah, and so they're saying that potentially now. I thought it was signed Spence fighting Zoo. So that's the kind of stuff that makes things so uneven, uncertain, is you don't actually know until there's a public announcement, but then you still got to wait for them to get in the ring because we thinking one thing is going to happen. So I'll just say if they negotiate with PBC the way that they want to be structured or positioned, I would do it if he can say the first fight is going to be one of their top guys. Um, Second fight another top guy because it's too late in the game for them to start taking for him. I think to start take to have to take lighter or easier fights because people want to avoid him right now. The Ortiz fight should have happened, as we all know, but he's doing this guy. So, sooner or later we got to get what we want as fight fans because after a while you start to get discouraged from watching boxing after a while because you're
Shit
not
getting
getting the
boring.
fight. Yeah,
Shit
you
getting
get
boring.
mad
It's
and you
only
just
some
say,
fights.
so
Yeah, no, I agree, Mr. Greg. It's crazy because there ain't really much to see, you know. Like, don't get me wrong, like I be watching the fights when I can, like, and today was Easter, so I was mad busy, so I can't be watching the fights now with my girl and the fam, you know, she gets mad. But I was able to catch like the last couple, and they was you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not about to bash Zuffa completely, but like I said, you know, they got all them dudes out over there who was like on the prelims and like they fake ass. But I'm not gonna lie, they had Mark Masego.
hmm
I think he fought Russell. I think he fought Russell, and then I forgot who else he lost to. But man, he looked big as shit for, I think he's 135. I was like, God damn, man, that dude don't even belong there.
you know what's going to be. I'm gonna start doing it again. I used to go to a lot of the local fights here. Um, the crowds are always fun, you know, and then you tend to know a lot of the people. You know their sons and their grandsons, and you see older guys like myself who's still around watching fights. I think we have to, at least I'm going to, because I miss the days when you used to really be excited about going to the fights and going to Vegas or going to Atlantic City, to see some good fights, or being at home and catching a really good pay per view where you would have a fight party, and it was always great fights.
Yeah, it was ecstatic. It
Always
was
was
nice.
exciting.
Yeah.
And I really, even though I know, those days are gone, I miss those days, to be quite honest. And
Nah,
I
we
wish
got
that
Shakur, Mr. Greg. You don't want to have a fight party with Shakur?
no, I no, I'm just and see that's the other thing.
We had a fight party. My family had a fight party. We did the Fundora fight. So we
Nah,
added
Greg did.
Fundora is our new fight party fighter. We added
Okay,
Fundora. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
he's
guess
our
I
good.
could
He's
get
good.
if they keep him busy. I could see that being that, and that's the problem. They're not staying busy. That's all I'm saying. They're not staying busy, and some of the fighters that you thought, like I said, like with Devin or Secure, the hype that they came with, they've never lived up to it, in my opinion.
Nah,
And
he's not
so,
lying though.
and then of
Telling
course
facts.
everybody wants to be a businessman, and nobody's doing business. I'm hoping that some of these other younger guys who are coming up, they'll find a way to keep them busy and put some money and time and promotion and marketing behind him, like a doula. I hope they do some good work with him. I'm, I'm on the fence right now about Keyshawn because he got the talent, but if he keeps crashing out or doing stupid stuff like he's been doing, we don't know where he's going. Uh,
Keyshawn is what? Is he 26?
I'm not sure. I know he's in his 20s, so he's doing 26-year-old stupid stuff. So
Man, but you know what? You know what, Mr. Greg? You right. You have a really good point. Like a lot of these fighters, they not living up to the hype. And I feel
yeah,
like Keyshawn, I don't see nothing good about him. And that's just like for me, you know, I mean, in my job, we deal with a lot of people that got like real mental illnesses, you know.
mm-hmm,
So I've worked with people down to autism, and they just, you know, it's very difficult. And I take mental illness very serious. And
right.
when you got someone like Keyshawn who's out here pretending, lying about him having drinking issues, and then you got Bernie coming out and saying, "Yo, we was putting him through the ringer. When did he have a chance to have a drink?" And it's
Mm,
kind of like what is the purpose of doing all these fake mental issue games when you could have just said from the jump, "Yo, I'm sorry. Me and I was going through it because I missed weight. Edwin didn't take the fight. I crashed out. I'm sorry to all the fans. It was my fault." But you know what's crazy is we still haven't even heard him say sorry about the issue. He had his brother come out and post some shit on for the whole DB3, and then they were supposed to have an event and they canceled it. So it's kind of like Keyshawn, he's a good fighter, but I'm just not sold yet. And I would love to see him kind of step out of Bud's shadow, Shakur's shadow, and do his own thing. And and stop riding the, oh, I want big money fights. I don't need them belts. But it's funny because when he was arguing with Mason, he was like, I don't even want that belt. And then right after he gonna have an interview talking about, yeah, I want whoever got the belts. It's like, come on, bro. Like, I feel like Keyshawn's just playing the part. Like he's doing too much. So for me, it's gotta be either Emiliano Vargas, Mason. I don't even want to say Carmel because we don't even know what weight he's fighting at. So the game is fucked up right now. So if I know for a fact, you know what, I'm not gonna lie, Shushu too. I really like Shushu. And I know he's a bit older, but I feel like Shushu could step in them shoes if he fight Rafael Espinoza and he beat him, man, Shushu that guy for sure. And I feel like he could be the face of boxing for now. You know what I mean?
Is that fight set yet?
Somebody to watch. Nah, not yet. Not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, see, we're talking about guys who all have all this potential, but their people around them aren't putting them in the position where we get to see it regularly, see them growing, see them getting better, see them add new dimensions to their game, see them doing something that we haven't seen. They're not giving us the opportunity to see it. The fighters aren't given the opportunity to do it because they're not fighting enough. I say this over and over again. And so it becomes less exciting to watch boxing now. For me, especially coming from when you saw the great fights of the late 60s and 70s and 80s, and you went to a lot of the fights and you worked in some capacity with the promoter, and I did all of that kind of stuff. And it was always just so much fun. Even going to fight night when they used to do where they do these charitable events for all the rich guys, and they would have these boxing matches. All that stuff is fun, but I don't see it anymore. And I wish that you all would have gotten more of that from today's fighters.
Right. Boxing Hacker, is that you? Boxing Hacker. Say something, Boxing Hacker.
It's me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's going on, Boxing Hacker?
What's up, Mr. Greg?
How are you?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
I got some new headphones and everybody sounds so loud.
Maybe your old headphones weren't working. That's why.
But anyway, what's up? I was just about to close the show down. It's almost 11. What you got, Boxing Hacker?
Yo, salute to you too. So you gotta open it back up, man. What you close this early for?
Oh, it's my Sunday review show. It's my short show.
Actually, I see. Well, okay, so I want to say, I don't think Keyshawn's faking the whole, mental illness thing. I think the brother really is going through something. And if you work with people with mental illness, at times they always
Keyshawn ain't showing signs of mental illness to the people I work with. I work with people that got real mental illness that seek therapy, and they're constantly in and out of mental facilities. Keyshawn is a boxer, and he's portraying himself to be somebody that he's not. Let's just be honest.
I don't think that's true. So
Keyshawn Davis had a mental. I don't think he's faking. I think Boxing Hacker's right. Keyshawn is so cracked. He done had a drinking problem. He done got baptized. He's just all over the place and everywhere. Like he's not all there. The problem why people think he's faking it, Boxing Hacker, is because he likes to use it as an excuse or a crutch at times.
Yes,
and that's when people kind of, because people with mental illness, they don't. It's people, when you have mental illness and you say things are because people with mental illness don't blame things on their mental illness. You get what I'm saying, Boxing Hacker?
I don't know about that because remember Tyson Fury was on drugs and he was talking about himself wanting to commit suicide. I think a lot of times.
What does that have to do with mental?
So he blamed his downfall on his mental illness, and I think that could attribute to it, And Keyshawn was locked in in a mental hospital for a while when he was younger, so I don't think it's that far fetched. I think Keyshawn honestly is an excellent fighter. If you ask me who was better between Key and Abdullah, I think Keyshawn's the more. I'll put my money on Keyshawn if they were to fight today, but I do think that at the same time Keyshawn does go through things, because it's funny. People find the excuse, right? Ryan has, Ryan's going to mental illness. Ryan says it too. But Ryan, Remember Ryan kept missing fights?
And nobody believed Ryan. They said he was ducking.
Exactly.
Nobody believed Ryan had no
That's
real
why I
mental
don't
illness.
believe anybody. That's why I don't believe anybody anymore. And I'm not saying Keyshawn is faking it 100%. I do believe where he grew up, it was bad, and I've heard his story. So he got some sort of illness, but I wouldn't say he's 100% mentally insane, and you
Well,
got to
I
watch
mean,
he's
but
this
not
dude
insane.
24/7.
Yeah.
I
So
just I just
don't
don't
get
I
me
just
no,
wrong.
don't
he's
believe it.
functioning. Of course, he's
Yeah,
functioning. Of
I think
course.
Exactly,
you're. I
because
think you're.
we see him have normal conversations with people, and if you hear him, you hear the way he speaks. He carries himself very well,
Yeah,
No,
and no,
but
I'm
but
not.
no, but this is the thing you missing,
you're talking
Isaiah.
about mental disability,
You're
bro.
comparing him to like
Like somebody with
probably the
Asperger's
people
or
you work with
autism.
extreme cases.
Yeah, you're talking about
It's
somebody on a
people that just
spectrum.
Yeah,
function
yeah,
out here in
because I
society
mean,
every day, and they hella.
Yeah, they
They're
be hella
definitely
depressed.
mentally ill. You work
Yeah,
with them, you be like something is wrong with that motherfucker right there. Like they are off, and
yeah,
you know
yeah,
they're
nah,
off. Like, and that's kind of like how
and you
Keyshawn
could
they
is.
tell
they tripping.
because
You know.
That's
Don't
how
forget.
Keyshawn is. He's like off. He's probably like
he has his off days and his on
yeah,
days.
he's
That's
been
how I
like
see
maybe
him.
bipolar type shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Yeah,
and I
nah,
saying?
think it's
facts,
fair. You
facts.
know.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's. I do believe he's bipolar 100%
Yeah,
because we seen him switch moods, and one day he's cool and then the next like he's not. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say he's like crazy or nothing, but I do believe he's bipolar for sure.
and not to mention the
And you
stressors
know
of
what?
boxing
Look,
too.
I believe that Keyshawn is bipolar over Ryan Garcia because we seen Ryan Garcia
No,
live.
Ryan Bo bipolar too.
All I
Lying
do.
is. Do you know lying is part of being bipolar, Isaiah?
I don't
Hey,
know.
two
It's
Hey,
cent. Don't
hard,
hey,
forget
man. It's
this
hard
super
to
Tuesday.
chat.
believe these
You know what's
people.
funny about Ryan Garcia? Like he was making like weird ass claims, but now we have those Epstein files. I'm like, Ryan don't seem that crazy no more.
You didn't. Why did you
I'm
think
not
what he
gonna
was saying
lie.
was weird in the first place?
It was
Yeah,
weird to me.
nah,
I
all that
thought
stuff came out and it was
talking about
true.
babies
It
being
Hey,
was
two
crazy.
cent.
sacrificed, and then the Epstein files came out.
Boxing hacker, you didn't know nothing about that. You thought that was all like bullshit for real.
So here's the thing, right? I grew up in the era where people used to talk about the Illuminati, right? I used to think this. This is my idea. I thought if there was a secret society, they will be rich enough to not put it on YouTube or make sure like their information is not getting leaked, you know. And if the information was getting leaked, it was just information they want us to know, like sort of like a
Yeah,
false,
of course,
like
but
false
that don't
flag
mean
type
it
shit,
wasn't
you know.
true.
But
Hey,
now
But
the
even
files came
but
out.
this is the thing, boxing hacker. If you just took the time like to research it yourself and actually read actual literature, then you would realize like they are not lying. They're not fucking lying.
I
Like
mean,
that shit is true.
the biggest thing that surprised me about the United States is how much we're occupied right now by another country. Like that's crazy to me. Like we're literally not the United States for real at this moment.
I mean, it's
We're
been
in a
happening for
war.
a while, boxing hacker. It's not new.
Yeah, it's for a while, and what's funny is like it's always been there, but we've been false flagged for so long, you know. It's,
No, when people try to tell niggas the truth, they act like you. So it's
yeah,
been kind of hard to get
I
through to
mean,
people.
who knows, man? I mean, people who knew the truth, I didn't want to believe it, you know. But it looks
Hey,
like
two cent.
Yeah.
You got a couple of super chats. One for
Let
me
me
and
see.
one for
Let me
somebody
see.
else as well.
Oh, I just be running my mouth. I don't even be looking at the chat. Shout out to Mr. Greg with the $5 in the super chat. He says for support, sis. Shout out, Mr. Greg. Shout out, Mr. Greg, and shout out to Kadir 1394 with the 499 in the super chat. He says appreciate the content. Shout out Kadir.
I know y'all were talking about the Boots fight and Xander. I think Boots just needs to beat Xander. I don't think he has to do anything extra. You know, I think this is like the come up fight for Boots. You know. Yeah,
I really wanted
everybody
to get through this interview, but I guess we might have to do it on Tuesday night show. And
Mhm.
I noticed this theme. It's like everybody's only talking about Boots' flaws. Have y'all noticed that? All I keep hearing is Boots. Boots get hit with hooks and straights, and Boots don't get his head off the line, and Boots always get hit, and Boots get hit too much, and Boots ain't got good defense, and Boots. So Xander Zayas ain't got no flaws.
No,
I've
Devin got
only been hearing about Jerron Boots and his flaws. That's it. I haven't heard. Not everybody was talking about how Xander can beat him, how he got these flaws, and Karen. Like I don't understand why people keep bringing up Karen. Like Karen didn't only win 3 out of 24 rounds against Boots Ennis. How the hell can you beat him because of what Karen did, and Karen didn't beat him? He didn't even win more than 3 rounds. Like what are we talking
I
about?
think people are not sure about Boots. And here's the thing about Boots. Boots from the eye test looks really good, right? He throws really flashy punches. It looks like he's pretty technically sound. But like there's something about him that's sort of like you're not sure. Like what happens when he fights that dude that's actually coming back at him, who has almost similar skills to him? Is he really that guy or not? And I think that's the problem. Like a lot of the opposition, they were not that they were champions, but they were all good
But when
fighters.
other
Right?
fighters have similar circumstances, they don't get to be unproven. They get to be the best
Nah,
fighter
that's
in the
not true.
universe because
That's
of how
not
they
true.
look.
Boxing's about what you did for me lately, right? Like for instance, when Devin looked bad against a fighter, they'll be like, "Oh, Devin's no longer good." Then when he looks good, he's like, "Oh, he's back," or "Man, this guy was never left." So it's to everybody's detriment. If Tank doesn't knock somebody out, they say he didn't look as good. Maybe he's not as good as we thought he was. When it does look good, they say, "Oh shit, okay, he's like that." But the only true testament to your skill is when you fight somebody that people consider your peer. That's when people start being like, okay, he's
They're
that good.
still not gonna, but I think Xander Zaya's win ain't gonna do that for Boots. Honestly, I hear people now, but I seen exactly what they did with
It
the
would definitely add
Stanionis
to
fight.
it. It'll definitely add to his, who he is.
We'll see.
Maybe he fights for Dora too. Like
I believe
No,
Xander's gonna end up just being a punching bag, but I just say since he gotta fight him, destroy him.
I can't see him being a punching bag. I
That's
think
how I
I think
see it.
I think that fight's gonna be more hard than people think it is. But we'll see.
Well,
Like I
let's
said,
see.
yeah,
I
it's
hope
interesting.
so.
Yeah,
I mean, I want to see fighters get challenged, but I don't think this is a challenge for him. But this is the fight that he has to take because this is the fight that's on the table for him. So
well,
uh,
so what
people
fight will he
questioning
have to
Boots
take?
are only questioning him because everybody's, in my opinion, and in some way, shape, or form, are avoiding him.
I
Why? It's because they also see what we see in.
I don't think people are avoiding Boots either. I think that's a fairy tale. I think some fighters might
The
avoid it.
fairy
Maybe
tale seems to
yeah,
be
but
true
there's also been
because
fighters that wanted to fight him too. So like, we
yeah,
can't just say that
can you
like
tell me how that's a fairy tale?
the fighters
That
the fighters have called Boots out before. People act like Boots has never been
who
called.
called Boots out, boxing hacker?
You know what I'm about to say. Don't
If
you
you
know,
about to say To, I'm about to kick you off of here.
no, I'm about to say Devin. You know I'm about to say Thanos. Don't you try. You know, yeah.
Even for saying
That's
Devin, I should kick
one
your
thing me
ass
and
off of
Freaking
here.
Fly argue about. Is I always because Freaking Flyer is a Devin fan, but he's also from Philly, so he's always complex who he really likes. I'm always
It's
like
no complex. Devin barely want to fight Rolly. You think he's gonna go fight Boots?
he was.
You think they
Yes,
weren't gonna be? You think they were gonna
yes.
be
Yeah,
able to
I
pay
think
Devin?
Devin and Boots are
Do
gonna
you think
fight.
they were gonna be able to pay Devin enough money to fight Boots, boxing hacker?
Yeah, why not?
They
I think
can't. They can't pay Virgil enough to fight him. So
Boots
you
didn't
think
want
they're
to
gonna
stay
be
in
able to
the
pay
division,
Devin?
man.
They
Boots didn't want,
can't pay Virgil enough to fight him. So why
but,
do you think that they could afford for Devin to fight him
but
when
guess
they
what?
can't
They
even
offered
afford
Boots
for
that
Devin to
fight.
fight Rolly?
They
He
offered the
won't
147 champion Boots to fight. He said, "Nah, I won't fight you where I have my
see
title
what
back."
you're doing is you're deflecting from my
It's the
question
truth.
because you know I'm right. They would not pay Devin enough money to
No,
fight Jerron
Turkey.
Boots Ennis.
Turkey will pay. Devin,
Period.
Turkey.
Turkey ain't trying to pay Devin no more.
No, Turkey said no because
What is
the
Turkey
offer.
saying now?
So wait. The
What
offer
is
was
Turkey
given to.
saying now?
Hold on. The offer was given to Boots
No, I
by
don't care
Turkey.
about that. That's over with. What is Turkey saying now? Why is he not paying for the Rolly fight?
He didn't want to buy into it. He didn't buy into all of
Why?
it. I don't know. He didn't want to, I guess.
He
But
ain't Devin ain't worth it.
hold up, don't say that because the person who offered the Boots fight was Turkey.
I don't care about the Boots fight. It ain't
That's
happening.
what we're talking about. So, but you can't say Boots is this like
You
this
named one
boogeyman.
fighter that cap and
He's
call
not
everybody
it.
out. Can you name somebody else, boxing hacker?
Huh?
Can you name somebody else besides Devin?
That called I think what's his name called? Charlo called him out.
I think he is gonna fight Charlo.
Yeah, so you can't. That's what I'm saying. People keep saying Boots. Nobody calls out Boots. He's this boogeyman. Nah.
Well, Charlo
You named one person because Devin
I
don't
named
count.
two
He calls
people.
out everybody.
You said names was I named Charlo.
Devin calls
Well,
out
he's still
everybody.
asking for a rematch. I mean, I'm sorry, for a tune-up before he fights Boots, though, the boxing hacker.
He
Boost
should.
won the tune-ups when he went to 154.
So Virgil and Xander tune-ups?
I think Boost should went for Xander.
It's Virgil and Xander tune-ups, boxing hacker.
Is Virgil and Xander tune-ups?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
Limo
so
was
why did everybody keep crying about?
Limo was tune-up. The one person who fought 154.
So how come it's only a negative if a black fighter take a tune-up? But any other race of fighter that take a tune-up, nobody say nothing about it. Nobody even said nothing about Devin taking a tune-up.
Well, here's the difference. Right?
It's no difference. Stop talking to me
I'll
about
tell
a tune-up. If a fighter feel like they need a tune-up, they need a tune-up. I don't understand the problem.
But so yeah, you're right. But if you want to hold that title as being the boogeyman or this stone cold killer, people aren't gonna expect you to take them tune-ups. They expect you to
fuck them
go
people.
kill shit, you know.
No,
I mean, look at y'all. We're talking.
They need to shut up and be a fan.
Calm down.
They need to shut up and be a fan.
Thank you, Tank. Thank you very much. They tell Earl Spence to calm down, take tune-ups. You see,
Timmy is a tune-up.
Crawford was in every division. He didn't fight one tune-up.
Terrence Crawford's whole career is tune-ups.
Stop it, Tuesday. Every division Terrence Crawford went to, he fought a champion in his first fight in.
That man fought tune-up after tune-up after tune-up.
A champion in his first fight in, Tuesday.
Cut it out.
What champion? What title does Limo driver have?
He had the IBO.
The who?
He had the IBO belt, the one that you said don't count, the one that you discredited Manny Pacquiao for, because Manny Pacquiao is an 8 division champion with his IBO belt. But when Boots get the IBO belt, it don't matter.
Man, shout
you
out
racist, boxing hacker. You racist, bro.
I forgot about the IBO belt.
You see how they do, Mr. Greg? Manny Pacquiao get to be an 8 division champion with his IBO belt, but when Boots get the IBO belt, it don't matter.
Man, they were just counting magical.
That's boxing hacker up here with that racist shit.
Man, they were just counting magical titles for Pacquiao, man. So he could be
I forgot all about that dumb belt.
Yeah.
But when it come to the Filipino, he in the Hall of Fame. He 8 division champion. Every time you mention his name with his IBO belt. But when it come to Boots, you don't even want to recognize the man accomplishments. That's some bullshit, boxing hacker.
You know,
ain't you black?
No, but they only did that for Pacquiao so he could be over Floyd. That was the only reason they were saying that nonsense.
No,
because Floyd had beat somebody.
Every time you hear Manny Pacquiao name, you hear 8 division champion. So I don't want to hear it. So what we gonna do is if we put respect on Pacquiao name for his IBO belt, we gonna put respect on Jerron Boots in his name for his IBO belt. So it wasn't no motherfucking tune-up. He fought a champion when he came into the division. Period.
Little John was in boxing since what?
Period.
2 years ago. Yeah, I hear that, man. Hey, when Alicia Baumgartner gonna fight old girl, man? That girl been calling.
Oh, we talked about that earlier. You missed it. We did a whole segment on it, boxing hacker.
Man, she better fight that girl.
I ain't show you how Alicia Baumgartner was acting. If Clarissa Shields was on there acting like that, it'd have been 1,000 videos and she would have went viral about how she this and how she that. But when Alicia Baumgartner pit bullhead ass get on there and act a fool and ignorant, because I don't know what round she was looking at that Harper was doing anything to the boy. You feel what I'm saying? You on there doing all this stuff. No, don't you ever call me and say my name. Like, come on, man. Sit down. You either gonna fight her or not, Alicia. You either gonna fight her or not. If you're not gonna fight her, I don't want to hear it.
Yo, Caroline Dubois is coming in like the Shogun of Harlem.
Man,
at least
Caroline Dubois, man. And don't you think Caroline Dubois is a better fight than Clarissa Shields for Baumgartner? Like that should be her big fight, not Clarissa Shields, because the size difference is it's too terrible. It don't make sense.
And it's not like your skills over Clarissa, so like that'll be diabolical.
So what do you think about the Lauren Price? You seen Clarissa Shields call out Lauren Price?
The Olympian girl, right?
Yeah.
I think Clarissa's gonna call her out because she's a former Olympian, like gold medalist, right? I think that's why.
Ain't she knocking shit out?
Yeah. But I think the main thing is because she's gold medalist.
She's smaller. And she's smaller than Shields. Is she at 147?
I thought she was at 147.
I don't know. She looked big.
Sure, she did look big. She got big ass arms, man.
She got she swole. She look like she on that. she like she on that snack pack.
Yeah, she got some big ass arms, man.
She look like she on that super snack pack.
You know, Clarissa's just that kind of type of competitor. Like
she's from the UK, correct?
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, she from the UK, and I think that whole crowd was there to see her. So she got like the whole UK behind her. So I think that's a big fight for Shields. I know people gonna cry about how she not fighting Shadeja. I really don't see the appeal for the Shadeja Green fight. Like she's levels above Shadeja. Like
Shadeja ducked her too. Shadeja don't know.
but Shadeja really don't got no business even in the ring with Clarissa Shields. She does. She couldn't even beat Franchon.
Yo, Clarissa, I ain't gonna lie to you too. So I think Clarissa's done so much in boxing for women's boxing. I don't think she has anything left to do. The only thing left for Clarissa to do is lose the fight. That's the only thing left for her to do in boxing.
Does Shadeja have a big enough fan base?
I mean, that's probably Clarissa's last.
Not right now.
I didn't think so either.
And I don't know. And I don't even know if she will ever get to the level of building a bigger fan base because she can lose. Like it's not. She's already lost the franchise. So people wanted Clarissa Shields to fight instead of fighting Franchon, the person that beat Shardeza. They wanted Clarissa to fight Shardeza. Like she just lost to the person I'm trying to beat. Come on, y'all know that don't make sense. That's just one of the reasons I hate on the girl.
She said the saddest thing is that she's not in the same weight class with like Kay Taylor and Amanda Serrano. That's a sad thing for Clarissa, you know. Like if she was in their weight class, they would have made so much money.
But when she was trying to fight them, I remember this vividly. When she first came in and she was still small, she was trying to fight them, and they refused to fight her.
Yeah,
when she could make their weight, they refused. I'm telling y'all, I've been following Clarissa Shields since before her first Olympics. They refused to fight her. I remember she was talking to him on the phone and trying to make a fight with him. They refused to fight her. And so now that she big as hell, everybody want her to shrink down and be, oh, she could lose weight. She could do this. She could do that. No, she can't do this and do that. She can't, because when she was at the weight and was available and had the opportunity to fight y'all didn't want to fight her. So now that she's moved on, then gain weight, she a grown ass woman now. Do men not know that women's bodies change when they get older and their hormones change? They put on more weight naturally. It's not because they lazy and they this and they that. It's science. It's scientific. You have to learn to eat and live a whole new way as a woman when you get a certain age, or you just gonna gain weight for no reason. I know, because it happened to me. I mean, I lived the same way I always lived, ate the same way I always ate, and still was gaining weight for no goddamn reason. So Clarissa Shields is in her 30s now. It is harder for women to cut weight and go down in weight than it is for men, because we got breasts, ass, and thighs. We got extra body fat that you just can't get rid of. I can't make my breasts go down. You can't do that. So for everybody to keep begging her to go down in weight is asinine to me.
But you know what I will say about Clarissa? Like, she's a genius at making weight, though. I don't see that girl every type of weight class. I think I see her like 147, 164.
That's probably why she got with Victor Conti.
Yo, maybe, because she's tight.
You know, he a master at that rehydration shit.
What's crazy about Clarissa? She never looks weight drained, even when she goes down to those.
Because she's probably fighting at weights that she ain't finna be looking like that. Because she's not about to risk herself like that, because she don't need an advantage.
She's the only fighter I know that goes from heavyweight up and come right back down.
What's going on?
But she's not doing that. No, she's not doing that no more. That she's older. She was doing that like all that up and down. She was doing that a lot when she was younger. She's not doing that shit no more.
She fight French on that. Was that heavy?
Heavy. What up, Sin?
What's good with it, too, Sin?
What up with you?
What up with it, OG? And the vile, nasty, diabolical villain himself,
the main
boxing hacker.
The main character.
No. How are you doing tonight, man? What the hell are you up to?
Hello, side character. How are you doing?
Sound like you have some bullshit right now. So I just had to come out here and level things out. I felt like motherfuckers started talking nice about some people I don't like, so I just had to come up here and disrupt things a little bit. Is that all right, too, Sin?
Go ahead. What you got for the show?
Hey, yeah, I wanted to talk about this little topic that you know what? I don't want to make it about dude. If y'all was talking about something else, you was talking about Clarissa right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about Shields and how everybody want her to go down in weight, and how Dubois is really a better fight for Baumgartner than Shields.
Okay, so what's the issue with that? With just Clarissa moving down? You don't think that she can get that back down there no more?
No, I don't think so. And I was just trying to explain, like, when Clarissa was available and like when she first turned professional and she was fighting like I think 54 whatever she was fighting at, and she tried to fight the smaller fighters, they refused to fight her. They didn't want to fight her then. They kept turning
Right.
her down, ducking the smoke, doing this, doing that. She was like, I'll come to your weight. I'll come to your weight. They didn't want to fight her. So now that she goes all the way up to heavyweight, now everybody like me. I want to, you know what I'm saying? They raising their hand. She should go down. And who's to say, even if she go down, that they still would fight her?
I could agree with that. But do you feel like that Clarissa moved up because there wasn't enough competition at the lower weights? Or do you feel like her moving up kind of helped her escape a little bit of competition?
I don't think she's running from any competition. And she's already beat everybody in those lower weights. She's already been undisputed in those divisions. The divisions that she could fight in at the lower weight, she's already beat everybody in those. So she went up to go collect some more belts because what sense does it really make to put herself at a disadvantage to go fight the people at the lower weights, especially if there ain't gonna be no super big money fights like that?
Okay. I mean, I could see that, but I also feel like would she really be disadvantaged if she's the bigger fighter, so to speak? And I don't really think that she's like a natural
It'll
heavyweight.
be like Chris Eubank, Conor Ben type situation. One fighter is the fighters is too small and they coming up, and then this fighter is too big and they coming down. So now you're watching two fighters fight at weight disadvantages.
Right. I respect that. I respect that. So let's talk about the cancer of boxing, none other than the Nebraskan Terrence Crawford, because y'all did touch on him for a minute. So let's talk about that.
There.
Yeah, you know he was going there. This ship is always. I'm gonna always steer that ship to Nebraska. So let's go. Because I just found this coward in another lie 2 cents. I'm always gonna find this guy. He don't say nothing true ever.
Yeah.
So I just found it funny, and I wanted to ask. Maybe Hacker would probably be the best person to ask. Probably not, but we're just gonna try it. I want to know, Hacker.
Yeah.
Crawford said, now at one point he said he was 100% sure that he was going to retire after the Canelo fight and all that other stuff, right? Yeah. But I found it funny that he said that after the Canelo fight, he wanted to go, to 160, right? To fight Janabek?
Yeah.
To become undisputed, right?
Yeah.
And did you see that interview? Why he said that he didn't fight Janabek and all of that?
So you pop dirty, right?
Right. So my thing is that when Janabek popped dirty, there was still 4 belts in existence, right? At 160.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So why did he not still want to go for undisputed after Janabek lost that belt? Why did the mission change to retirement?
Right.
After that one Janabek lost that belt. And if he needed, because I felt like it was kind of an admittance to something. So if he needed that one person, he said he felt like he could do it again. He could do it a 4th time. I want to know what was he saying that he could do a 4th time? Beat one guy and go undisputed for beat one guy, one belt? Or, like what are we calling, what is it that he's doing? Like, is he going undisputed, or is he not just finding one person with 4 belts and taking advantage of a moment rather than actually being an undisputed champion? You feel what I'm saying? Do you feel like he should have kept pursuing that goal, or that he should have just retired because Janabek popped
he should have retired. So Terrence Crawford has over 40 fights, right? He's already been undisputed 3 times. He's already fought 2 immortal fights. When I say immortal fights, they're fights where it's basically defines his legacy. One was with Errol Spence for his second undisputed. One was with Canelo Alvarez for his 3rd undisputed. Right? For him to, and I feel like since 135, like, he's never had like a split decision. Everything's always been unanimous or stoppage. I think for him, looking at his age and stuff, he was looking to retire, but he probably just wanted to get, if there was one more fight, he could probably edge it out if it's worth it. I think Janabek made sense because, hey, I don't have to go all the way back down to 154. 168 is not really my weight class. I was just fighting this one guy who's the undisputed champion. If I beat Janbek, I become undisputed. That makes sense for him. I think that was a smart move. So when Janbek lost and all the titles got dispersed like the Dragon Balls, there was no point anymore. Because that means he has to fight 4 different fighters, and he's already.
That's what undisputed champions normally have to do, though. They normally got to fight at least 4. But at least they got to fight 3 or more to be undisputed. Because I feel like when he said that, not part of me, I don't feel I know, because this is what he said. The man said that. Hold on. The man said that he felt like he could do it again, but in the term "do it again," he's not really being undisputed. He's just beating a lone Janabek. So basically, he wasn't really trying to be undisputed. He was just trying to beat Janabek for 4 belts.
Yeah,
right?
that's undisputed.
No.
That's not undisputed because because it's my thing. It's my thing. It's not undisputed if I run to another weight division and find somebody else to play with and I don't defend those 4 belts. So why should I even get an opportunity to fight for 4 belts that I don't intend to defend? And I only want to fight one guy at the division. I don't want to prove myself to the whole 160 that I'm that guy. I just want to fight one guy that I know that I can get those belts from on a given night. Like that's what he said he wanted to do. He wasn't available to fight everybody. So I sense a lack of confidence, a lack of heart.
No.
And once again, we see the same business plan. So my thing is, was that man not saying in that sentence, was he not saying that he can, or was he not aiming to beat Janabek? Was he not aiming for names rather than actually being undisputed?
Well,
that's
Janabek will be the undisputed champion. So
can I say this? Wasn't Janabek supposed to fight somebody who had 2 of the belts? And that's when he popped do it dirty.
Yeah.
My understanding was that Bud was wanting to come down once Janabek had 3 of the belts, and then whoever had the 4th one, he was also going to fight them. Am I wrong on that?
I think Janabek will have all 4 once he beat that. What's his name?
Janabek
but you see what I'm saying, Mr. Greg?
Janabek has 1 belt, right? Or had 1 belt.
He
had 2?
Yeah, I think he had 2.
I thought he had 1. I thought he had 1 belt. He had I forgot who he was supposed to fight who had 2 belts. He would have had 3 belts. Bud would have fought him and fought whoever had the 4th belt. That's what I understood that was supposed to be. Or that's what he was thinking. But for what Sin was saying, Bud's business plan has always been to fight the guy who had everything. So I get what you're saying, Sin.
Right. Taking the easy route, let the other guy do the heavy lifting, and being an opportunist, capitalistic, parasite, and then taking advantage of their moment and running somewhere safe, even if it means retirement. Run to another division, chase greatness, or retire before I fight the people who really want to fight me back and that I really don't know if I could do anything with them.
That's not correct, right?
That's what I saw.
Janabek supposed to have been the best at 160 at the time?
Yeah, he's going to be the best. He's the best fighter at 160.
Janabek would have been the best. But my thing, Mr. Greg, is that if we fight for champions, I got to talk to Mr. Greg now because we got to let the kids lead the chat. I got to talk to adults now. So when a champion fights when a champion fights at the championship level, we should know their next 2 to 3 moves, right? Like the top of the mountain should only have a certain list of names, and their next few fights should be from that caliber of competition, correct?
Right.
So my thing is, why was he only focused? Why was Undisputed the goal only when Janabek had the belts? Why wasn't it still the goal when the whole landscape was open for 4 fucking belts for you to take?
Because
this is cherry picking. Like this is literal cherry picking by definition.
Champion of a weight class.
Thought he was
the fact that he doesn't want to participate. My fault, Mr. Greg. I didn't mean to cut you
I was
off.
about to say, I thought now that it's coming back to me, it was going to be Janabek that he would fight, and then Laura. That would have got him all 4 of the belts.
I think he was.
So I would have liked that because Laura and Jennifer were very good fights for Bud. Would have been very good fights for Bud.
I think Janbek was supposed to be the only one. I think Janbek would have been undisputed after he fought.
That's not what I remember, and that's the only reason why I'm debating that point, because I thought Jennifer would have only had 3 of them, and Laura was supposed to be the 4th, had the 4th belt.
Wasn't Janbek supposed to fight Laura?
Well, apparently, when you know how the fight game is, somebody's supposed to fight somebody, and they never fight.
But so here's the thing about undisputed, right? Let's clarify one thing. Undisputed just means there's no dispute who the champion is. That's the true champion of the division. What Bud was doing, say if Janbek wins, he'll be the true champion of the division. I'll fight this one true champion of the division. If I win, there's no question.
There's plenty of questions. That's not how that works, boxing.
Nobody's ever 4 times undisputed is crazy. 3 times is
you
already
only beat 3 people though.
Exactly. You only beat one person for all the belts. That's not hard to fucking do. Like, compared to beating somebody has to win, somebody has to lose.
Be doing it, bro. Like people run down.
No, what's hard? The hard part is what everybody's doing before Crawford comes into the mix. Everybody else goes and gets 2 or more belts. Hold on. Everybody else goes and gets 2 or more belts and creates a landscape for people like Devin and Crawford to leech off of their name because they don't want to fight contenders. They always need a guarantee. They always need somebody with status. Somebody always got to have a belt, right? You know what I'm saying? So this is the play. So they skip all the contenders and leverage their names to decorate these belts because these belts shine so bright to fools like you that you will think that they really fought 4 or 5 people and disregard the fact that they got 4 or 5 belts for one person, for fighting one person, while the other guy actually went and tried to, build up the landscape. The other guy did the heavy lifting, pretty much like Spence did.
Doesn't Charlo have one of the 160 belts too?
Wait, Bud wanted to fight.
Big Charlo? Yeah, I think Big Charlo got one of the belts.
There you go. So I know I was right. He would had that fought at least 2 fights. So he would have that fought Jennifer and Laura or Jennifer and Charlo to get them undisputed. So that whole group would have he would still have had to fight 2 fighters in that division to be undisputed. And those were 2 worthwhile fighters. Something he could have done, should have done, didn't.
So, but here's what you're missing, Sam. Like, undisputed, you don't have to fight.
I ain't missing nothing, but you could try it. Go ahead.
Like that. You don't have to do nothing like that. I don't know where you get that from.
Nah. When you're a warrior, you're not. You know what I'm saying? You have to. When you a bitch, you could do what Crawford's doing. When you a hoe, you would do what Crawford's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could take the easy route. You know what I'm saying? You could take the easy route. I could let my opponent do all that other shit and then do a one and done with him. See, this is my thing. This is why Crawford's the reason why I created a slogan. It's a difference between being great and having a great night.
Okay, let's talk about
Crawford is a product of having great nights against people who are actually great. When it comes down to running it back, defending, and shit that deals with integrity, the nigga's non-existent. He retires.
Wait, Crawford.
If anybody else did that, hey, yo, hold on, hacker. Because if Tank Davis retired right now, you'd be crying about him not fighting Roach and talking about it and disregarding all the niggas he's knocked out and everything the hell else. Tank has to fight Lamont Roach from that draw, but Crawford ain't got to fight nobody when he has an obligation to defend belts. Tank ain't fighting for no belts, but for some reason he has championship obligations according to y'all niggas. But the niggas who are actual champions who predicate themselves off of building identities, off of having belts, they don't have championship obligations. How does that make sense to y'all?
Let me explain. Let's talk about.
Hold on, y'all. We at the 2-hour mark. Y'all gonna have to come back Tuesday night for 2 Cents After Dark to finish the conversation. Shout out to Sin Ironheart. Shout out to Boxing Hacker. I just put him in the back. Go ahead.
No, she saved you, hacker. She saved you, nigga. Because I came in for 12 rounds. I got a mouthpiece in right now, nigga.
Wrong, though. I
got a mouthpiece in right now.
Hold on, let Mr. Greg ask his question. Because I'm
I was just going to say good night to Sin because I know you were shutting it down. I said I'll see you next time. I ain't talking to you in a minute.
But for sure, Mr. Greg, it's always a pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Greg. Y'all, thank you for joining me tonight on a Sunday review show. We ran down the news. We talked about a couple of big topics from this weekend, which was, is Alicia Baumgartner really ducking Carolina boys? Will this be a super huge fight for women's boxing if they were to make this fight? And should we let it build up just a little bit longer? Just we gotta let it marinate. We can't let it ferment, right? It's a fine line. And we also talked about Deontay Wilder and his performance. Should he hang it up? Should he retire? Do he got a couple more fights left where he could just go have fun and get paid? Is Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua something that you're actually looking forward to in 2026? But if you haven't already, punch the like button. Listen, we did a great job on my last live. I ended up with 100 likes after I got off the live. Be sure to punch the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're listening to the replay, punch the like button. Let me know and drop it below. If you don't got nothing to say, just say replay game. Let me know you here. I want to know who's listening. If you just hate watching, if you just come here because I don't know what I'm talking about, and you just want to hear me not know what I'm talking about, just put replay game. Put you don't know shit in the comments. Just put something to let me know you were here. Join me again Tuesday night, 2 cents after dark. Y'all know how it goes down. Make sure you check out my shorts and my videos that I put up throughout the week. And if you are not already, follow me on X at 2 cents 20. Follow me on X. We working on getting monetized on that platform. So go ahead on, get your X, your Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and follow me at number 2 cents number 20. 2 cents number 2 number 0. 2 cents 20. Follow me over there on X. And listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, cussing you out, timing you out the chat, kicking you off the panel, muting you when you're trying to talk, leaving you in the background, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.